What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another Shadowlands video in patch 9.2. This is like the first video of the new patch. This is it. I was streaming yesterday, did a whole bunch of Zereth Mortis stuff. If you guys haven't been in there, I'm going to do some videos on it, actually. I'm going to talk about some of the cool zones that people haven't really got into, some of the desert zones and some of the artifacts and stuff that you can farm in there. But for now, for today, we're going to talk about the first dungeon that I did in patch 9.2. And it was, of course, a complete disaster. So, look forward to that. Because that's what I mean, it's okay. It's whatever. It's actually not too bad, but somebody does leave. The warrior leaves later because he's an idiot. But we get through it, and we finish it, and it's all good. And I wanted to show basically how much Enhance has changed in one patch without any other buffs. Just the baseline changes that have come in for Enhancement Shaman are going to be incredible, and they're going to be on display in this key. You're going to see it, guys. It's so cool. What are the baseline changes that came in? Well, the biggest baseline change that came in, of course, was that Lava Lash now spreads Flame Shock. I've said it a million times on stream. You guys are sick and tired of me saying it, I'm sure. And that essentially has completely enabled the Primal Lava Actuators build, which is what I'm running in the new patch. This is why I wanted to bring it into 9.2. This is why I thought it was strong, was because of these baseline changes that have happened. So PLA is so huge because you spread those flame shocks and it starts ticking. The ticker on PLA starts going up really, really quickly, and you get to expend the damage very fast with your Lava Lash. Also, another really important thing to remember about this patch is that we get Hot Hands procs way more often than we used to, simply because of our haste levels. I have 42% haste in this dungeon, and the amount of Hot Hand procs I get are insane. So let's jump into it. Grab your coffee. Here we go. Kick back, relax. We're going to have a good time in this dungeon, even though it's a bit of a mess. It's just really, I want to showcase the actual damage here. So let me just pause for 1 second. Then let me get my notes over here. Actually, yeah, we'll get, we're not gonna do that right now. We will. Let me get Twitch up. Just so I can see. Okay, let's maximize that again. I just want to see if anybody drops in. If they don't, that's totally fine. Twitch is there. My notes are here. Everybody ready? Here's the first pack. Here's one thing you need to remember. This is Primal Lava Actuators build, okay? PLA. So, Primal Lava Actuators says on every single pack, we're getting small buffs. Not small, but big buffs to each of our Lava Lashes. So it's sort of a whole bunch of small buffs added up over time, and it equals an enormous buff overall in the dungeon. But what we do not have is a big Spear of Bastion, is a big Doomwinds totem, is a big 1 minute cooldown that you can use every other pack. But we do have the pack-to-pack damage, the consistency, and you're going to see it in this opener. Watch this. On the first pack, we're going to get wrecked by Spear of Bastion in the Warrior. Watch the damage. Even the Paladin does a lot of damage. So, we're still in the meters. We're still doing 12, 13, 14k. You're going to see it here. Big Fire Nova. We're doing 15k, 16k. We're not irrelevant, guys. We're doing 17k right now. We're just not doing 26k. We're doing 18k, not 22, not 20. See how the Warrior's coming down a little bit? He used his Spear of Bastion. He used everything. But guess what? We don't really have cooldowns like that because it's consistent. Watch this next pack. The very next pack after the big one where he used Spear of Bastion, look at our damage. It's going to go flying up here, and nobody else can even get close. We're at 11k. He's at 5k, 6k. We're at 12k. He's at 6k. See the difference? This is the pack-to-pack damage, and it's huge. Remember, we do not have double legendaries. We do not have tier set bonuses. This is just the baseline changes that have come in that have made this incredibly strong. Now, the Warrior gets Spear of Bastion back, and look at, he catches back up a little bit, but we're still ahead of him. We're still ahead of him. We're at 12k. He's only at 9. It's really cool now. It really feels incredibly good if you take Primal Lava Actuators and you sort of use it with all these new changes that are coming in, okay? I'm just going to pause it there. So that's what I really wanted to show you. You see that opening pack where he throws down Spear of Bastion right away. He's at 25k. We're at like 15, and then we climb up to 18, and he comes down to like 22k. So he's ahead of us. This very next pack, he doesn't have Spear of Bastion right out of the gates. Boom, we're doing 12, 13, 14k. He's only doing 8. And then, or 7. And then he gets Spear of Bastion, and he climbs back up to like 10. But you can just see the push and pull there. Every single time we have a pack, we're going to be doing the same amount of damage or more. And you're going to see over the course of this dungeon, excuse me, our damage ramps. We're like an Affliction Warlock. Our damage will ramp up over time. The longer the fight goes on, the better it gets. Okay? So, that was the opener. Let me switch to 3320. Let's check this out. 3220, 3319. That'll do. Let's go to this next pack. This is a really strong AoE damage pack. Ready? Once again, Spear of Bastion is down. Boom, he's right out of the gates. The Warlock has used something. He's demo, so maybe he used Implosion right off the bat or something, right? We're at the lower end, and then we're climbing. We're ramping. All the ramping I just talked about. 14k. We get a hot hand proc here. We're ramping up. 14 and a half. And then we finish out here. But you can see, like, we never really start out super high. It's just that we will come back, you know, because we don't have that big burst cooldown right out of the gates like a lot of the other classes do. So let's look at single target damage, 3530. It's up here. Let's switch to here. This is just like pure single target damage. It's still fine. Let me back up a little bit. Sorry for the Twitch delay. Here we go. So this is Chain Man. And you're going to see this is like pure single target, except when he sends out all of his little drones. But we get most of our damage out right away. And we're just pumping him. Even with Spear of Bastion on the Warrior, he's ahead of us now, but we pull ahead of him again. Even with his Spear of Bastion cooldown. That's how strong our single target is. I ran out way too early here. I was kind of ashamed. But we had a Hot Hand proc here. If you get Hot Hand procs, it's insane, man. Your damage is nuts. So we're still doing about 8k single target just on this guy. And we did, I think, use a Primordial Wave on this fight. I think we did. So if we got a reset on Primordial Wave, it'd be even crazier, and you're going to see some of those later. But you can see we finish ahead on that pull. Even with the Spear of Bastion from the Warrior, right? So single target is still perfectly fine on this build, guys. It's really, really good. Nothing wrong with it at all. Let's go to the first boss, 3900. We do the pull through the wall. The pet pull through the wall. You won't have to do this in the next season, but here comes the boss fight. This is Ingra. So our damage is going to start out normal as it always does. There's nothing really special about it. The Warrior uses Spear of Bastion, which I think is a smart choice, as long as he's going to get it back once the next phase happens, like the Lust phase. A 2-target cleave is like really good. That's kind of our jam. It's pretty strong. It'll just keep getting better because we do have Lashing Flames. I'll just pause really quick and mention, sorry, what we're running. We are running Lashing Flames, so whenever you Lava Lash a target, you put a debuff on them that makes your Flame Shock do twice as much damage as normal. Every time it ticks, double damage. We're running Hot Hand, and we're running Fire Nova. That's the build, right? Lashing Flames, Hot Hand, Fire Nova. And then we're running Elemental Spirits on the Wolves, trying to get a Fire Dog. We do not have the tier set bonus, of course, so we're not getting any extra dogs just by spending Maelstrom. Nothing special like that. This is just sort of normal, okay? So, I'm saving my Primordial Wave. You can see it's off cooldown there. We're waiting for this to drop. I'm going to Lust in a second. And here we go. Watch my damage. 6.4 right now. Watch us climb here. We got a Hot Hand proc in a second here. There it is right there. Hot Hand, Storm Strike, Lava Lash, Crash. Lava Lash, Lava Lash, Crash, Lava Lash, Storm Strike. I'm just like alternating in between 14.5, 15k, 15.5. It just keeps climbing. It's so crazy. Obviously, we have the buff from the Ingra fight, but you can just see, like, once you get those Hot Hand procs on this build, it just climbs so hard, guys. Like, you just feel like you get on a mountain and you can't come down. And you keep getting Hot Hand procs. It's crazy. $15.5K. I think I kick him here. Paladin did a great job of getting him out of there, so we didn't die to the puddles. Primordial Wave came back, cast it, Lightning Bolt into the Lava Lash, finished strong with 15k on the boss. Really, really good. Love that. Damage. did such good damage there. I know it's buffed because of the thing, but that was still good. Yeah, yeah, it's really good. Okay, what are we looking at here? 40, 41, 35. So we get partway through this fight. Let's go to 41, 20. We basically kill these guys here. I'm doing about 8k DPS, and then the Warlock, I think, pulls in more, which is perfectly good. It adds extra percentage for you. Gets really glitchy here for a second, so I'm sorry. Just the next 5 or 6 seconds are pretty bad. I realized I was recording improperly, and it was kind of nuking my computer, so I was messing that up. But look at all the flame shocks we have spread around. We just pressed Lava Lash like twice. It spreads all the flame shocks around, and we can fire Nova them. We're at about 8. We're going to go to 9k here. We're going to climb almost 10k. Have a Hot Hand proc. Hot Hand, Fire Nova. Did I press Fire Nova here? I should. Bucking's really annoying. This is like such an anti-melee dungeon. I mean, there's so many anti-melee dungeons, but this one, the Bucking Rampage on those guys is so annoying. We got a couple Primordial Wave resets in here, and that's why like the damage gets so crazy. That was a Lightning Bolt right there. That cleaved everybody. Really cool. So we're up to like 11.5k. We just cleaved another set of Lightning Bolts. We have Primordial Wave up again. Cast Primordial Wave. Here comes the Lightning Bolt again. We're almost at 12k. It just like sustains. It, you know, it stays up there. The Primordial Wave Lightning Bolts are so good in AoE. We're not even getting the haste buff from them yet. We're just getting the damage, and awesome. It's just crazy. So that's that section. There's a bunch of fights I want to show you. A bunch of these boss fights or sort of cleave fights here. I'll show you this one. That's a good start. You jump in with Flame Shock, you Lava Lash, you detonate with Fire Nova right away. 4 target cleave. This is like our bread and butter. The warrior is going to go up on us here because of Spear of Bastion, and then we'll catch up. We didn't kick Nourish the Forest, right? I think we missed it, which was really bad. I wasn't paying as much attention to that as I should have been. Just trying to sort of work on the new build. In this dungeon, guys, and in dungeons like this, so, you know, dungeons like Theater of Pain, Sanguine Depths, and others, lots of actual dungeons, but those are some of the biggest ones. This dungeon, Sanguine Depths, Theater of Pain, there's Nourish the Forest again. Did we get it? Yeah. They force you. Look, we're doing 17k, by the way. Right up neck and neck with the warrior. In these kinds of dungeons, they force you to fight mobs that are like 4 to 6 at a time. You're forced to do it. Theater of Pain is a great example, but this dungeon especially is a great example because you're stuck in these zones. You actually can't advance any quicker past these mobs. You just can't. You're stuck fighting them. So, like, this means that these kinds of dungeons are especially good for us. They're just really, really good for us. Because it's not like an uncapped AoE situation. Our Flame Shocks aren't, you know, we can have 4 Flame Shocks out at a time. So we're getting maximum damage potential out of that. And you can just see
It's looking good.
over the course of that little fight, up near the very end, we pulled ahead of the warrior even. So just, you got to remember that there's dungeons that are structured this way. You can't make this go any quicker. You can pull some stuff through the walls, I think, with fancy stuff with like hunter pets and warlocks, but for the most part, you can't really do that. It's just, you just can't. And so it's just good for us. It's even better for us right now because of the Flame Shock spreading is so easy. So 44, let's go ahead to let's go to 52. Let's go to the next boss. It's just packed, lots of packs in here. That's a summary I wanted to give though, is that like pack to pack to pack, it's like 4 targets, 5 targets, 4 targets, 5 targets, and you're so good in that environment as an enhancement shaman. It's the best. Here comes Mistcaller, PLA, Primal Actuators plus Necrolord. Somebody was asking on stream what I was running. It's going well, except that we just like wiped a bunch of times, so the team's not doing well, but that's not, the build's doing fine. Yeah, the dungeon was kind of tough, but the build's doing really well. So again, we're a little bit behind the warrior right now, but I think we pull ahead of him in a minute. We haven't got a hot hand proc. There's one there, just as I said it. I'm telling you guys, you get hot hand procs all the time. People don't think you get them. People are like scared to take hot hands because...
What the heck? Did we just skip that phase?
We did, yeah, it was really weird. We skipped the first phase where she like does... Anyway, I don't understand why.
One of us is not like the other, and then she didn't go into the phase. So confused right now.
I just want to say that at this point in the expansion, hot hand triggers all the time, and it's just not, it just is really consistent, and you should take it. If you're thinking about doing a fire build, there's another hot hand proc right there. Boom, boom. And my haste is so high with Primal Actuators.
Hot hand proc with this PLA, it's just crazy. It's really good.
I just said that, but if you get the hot hand proc with PLA, it is crazy, and I've already gotten 2 of them in this fight, And because my haste is so low, the cooldown of Lava Lash is really, really low.
Only thing, right?
It's the only flower.
Yeah, it's this one.
Then here, on this fight in particular, you can have multiple flame shocks out, one on the boss and one here. So you can have your Primal Lava Actuators ticking up twice as fast. You can kind of cheat the PLA a little bit there, which is really nice. The buff will stack up even quicker than normal.
Stay away from lines.
Almost 8k. The closest person to us is the warrior, doing just about 5k. We're 3k up on the next person on single target. The damage, the single target damage is fine. We don't have double legendaries. We don't have a tier set yet.
Stay away from lines.
It's just that good, you know. It's just that good right now. So, yeah, we do about 8k overall on Mistcaller here.
Your damage. It's insane.
It's really cool. I'm really, really loving this build. Like, absolutely loving it. And I'm glad that it even works right now. You can just see the benefit of the baseline changes that have already come in. It's already making such a huge friggin' difference. It's crazy. Okay, we jump down, kill the Tormentor. There's another big AoE pull coming up. Let's go to that.
Taking
Here it
all
is.
your extra damage that you're doing, and you're
My other self is just explaining about funneling. Somebody in the stream was asking about how funneling works. Okay, so let's just back up a tiny bit here. And if you want to know what funneling is kind of all about, I sort of explained it a little bit, but not super well. I'll try to fix that in a second.
damage so hard. Kind of like ramping, sure. Yep, but it's like ramping is like your damage goes up over time. Funneling is like you're taking all your extra damage that you're doing and you're putting it into one target.
Look how many flame shocks we have out really quick. We have 6 flame shocks out. I just pressed Primordial Wave. I'm going to get a huge juicy lightning bolt on 6 targets, and I'm going to fire Nova. And this build is also kind of a ramping build. It's kind of a ramping and funneling build.
That's kind of what it's about. I'm not really describing it very well, but that's the idea.
There's the fire Nova. Oh, we already spent the lightning bolt, I think. Yeah, we
Because
did.
Interrupt.
with this build, you get so many flame shock spreads that they're buffing your lava lash damage so quickly, and then you can push all that like AoE damage into one target.
So what I was doing here was the Staghorn. He's the one who casts the shield on himself, and he's the one who casts the regeneration on everybody nearby. He does shields on everybody nearby and regeneration on everybody nearby. You can funnel into him. You take all that flame shock damage, it buffs your lava lash, your Primal Lava Actuator, and you take that Primal Lava Actuator damage and you lava lash the one guy, the Staghorn. So you're just hitting him for like 20k crits on lava lash. That's the idea.
So you're kind of
The warrior left, by the way. You can see there's only 4 of us. The warrior left because he's an idiot.
buffing all your damage a little bit, a lot actually, and then you're pushing it all into one person. That's kind of the idea. It's for like priority targets. Like right now, I'm focusing down one of these big worms, the one who keeps trying to regenerate them.
That guy.
See how he's almost dead? It's because I've been smacking him the entire time. With my lava
16k, by the way.
lashes. Every lava lash buff that
16K.
I've got, I've pushed into him. So that's how it works.
There's a PLA lightning bolt. You just saw that.
Like we're doing 15k here. Pretty cool.
So then we go into the next pack, and there's actually a huge lava lash crit that I'm gonna show you. It's actually just really cool.
Always healing. Get off the sanguine. Get off the sanguine. Get off the sanguine.
It's Sanguine Week, guys. Don't we love Sanguine Week? Melee? Don't Melee love every week? Isn't every mechanic just totally not a Melee mechanic?
Is there another class that funnels? I'm trying to think about other classes that can funnel pretty hard. Rat Paladin is a pretty good example, actually.
Yep.
Rat Paladin has this ability called Execution Sentence, and it basically says that you put this execution sentence on a target, and then for 10 seconds, all damage that you deal gets put into that execution sentence, and then it like detonates once the 10 seconds is up. So you're funneling all the damage that you're doing, and you're pushing it into that execution sentence, and then it detonates for big damage. And it gets all the benefits of that extra damage that you were doing to other stuff.
There's a Staghorn doing his
So
thing.
this priority target here is this Staghorn. I want to just lava lash him.
We're doing 17k right now on 4 targets. 17k on 4 targets.
And I'm going to use my
18k. 20k on 4 targets. Look at the damage. Look at this number right here. See that? 25,290 something. That was one lava lash.
AoE damage, but
Let me
we
just
mostly
back up.
just want to lava lash this extra damage that you were doing to other stuff.
Ready for it? Ready for it?
This
Ready, ready.
priority target here is this staghorn. I want to just lava
That's a
lash
12k
him.
lava lash.
And I'm then gonna
11k
use
lava
my
lash.
Fire Novas to do AoE.
25k lava lash. Did you see that pop up there? Sorry, it's in the lettering, but that's because we had a hot hand proc and we had double wolves. Look at the wolves up here. Imagine in 9.2 how many more wolves you're gonna have out with the tier set bonus. This was just with 2 fire wolves and a hot hand proc and a little bit of a lashing flames buff. It did 25k. I also have a conduit. There's a lava lash conduit that buffs its crit by about 32% right now, just all on its own. So that crit with the hot hands buff with 40% more fire damage from our wolves, and it did 25k. And we're doing 20k overall.
AoE damage,
This is
but
the kind of
we
stuff you
mostly
can
just wanna
do. These are the kinds of combos that are available to you in 9.2.
Lava lash this guy to death, and hopefully he dies really quickly because he keeps buffing the whole group, which is really annoying.
Get rid of that.
I'm doing 20k, as you can see.
Yeah, 20k, guys. We're doing 20k on like 4 or 5
20K on,
targets.
Like 4 targets.
So good.
Pretty insane.
The next best guy is doing 9k. Not, or sorry, 10k. Look at that. It's just good. It's just really, really good. So, that's that. Let's go to 103. This is the final boss. 103.50. Couple things on Tredova is that when the worms come out, you can sort of splash your flame shocks onto them. And it's important to get that because then you're buffing your Primal Lava Actuators really quick. So I didn't do a very good job of that in this fight, but that's something you can do. Here's just pure single target. We got a hot hand proc right away because I'm telling you, you get a lot of hot hand procs with this build. I know some of you guys don't think you do, but you really do. It's just insane. Because our haste is so high and we're in Lust here. So that's why. 11k single target right now.
Mind Link, run away.
Another hot hand proc. 2 already in this fight. 10k crit.
I'm gonna kick Parasite.
Another 10k crit on Lava Lash. Like, it's there, guys. The damage is there. Gotta run away. This fight's super annoying for melee. Another hot hand proc. 11k Lava Lash crit. Didn't get a crit there. You can see like 3 hot hand procs already. Another hot hand proc. 4 hot hand procs. I've had it up for this entire fight.
Kill ads.
The ads are coming into me,
It's okay, I'll bring him into the tank.
so I bring him to the tank, which didn't work right now because you want to bring him
We got
close
all
to the
ads
tank.
on us right now, but it's okay. We
I
can
just
chill.
pop my DR here. You can see in the top corner I have Astral Shift going. You're fine, guys. When these ads come in, just chill. You got Astral Shift on. I have a heal as a Draenei. I have Fleshcraft. I'm fine. Just group them all up near the boss so we can AoE them. I'm trying to spread Flame Shocks a little bit so that I can buff Primal Lava Actuators, but I didn't do a very good job of that. I need to work on that. I did get bought by the Pally because he was scared. That was very nice of him. Another hot hand proc. That's 5. 5 on this fight. Dogs are coming back.
Kick Parasite if we get it. Or we can kick Consumption.
Dogs are out. Didn't get a fire dog. We got 2 ice dogs, which means all of our abilities are just doing extra frost damage. Another hot hand proc. That's 6. Parasite.
Oh no, oh no, oh god, he got it. Thank
I
God.
kicked Consumption, so I didn't have it up for
Maybe I'll
Parasite
just
there.
save it for Parasite every time now.
To run away from mining. Another hot hand proc. That's 7. 9k single target, even with all the crap going on. I could have played this better too. I mean, I will. I'll just get better at this fight for sure. You don't really need to press Fire Nova in this one. Once the little ads
Mind
get
Link
there, you
again.
can, but
So
generally
frustrating.
speaking, Fire Nova's a little bit wasted, but that's
Trying to,
okay.
like, do damage.
Parasite?
Yeah, I gotta interrupt that.
Kick it.
Trying to do damage, ma'am.
There's so many green puddles. I thought I was only going to hit here, but I didn't.
Holy cow, I don't know how we dodged that. I gotta run now.
Yeah. I have to run. It's just so annoying. Can't even get a hot hand proc because I can't hit the friggin' boss. I'm like, oh, I can stand right here. And then he moves. 8 hot hand procs.
Watch my feet, watch my step. What am I watching here?
So many things I had to watch. Mind Link again. It's okay. It's okay. So like 9 or 10 hot hand procs in this fight. Like it's insane. It's absolutely insane how many hot hand procs you get. So
Oh boy.
that's it. We killed her. I didn't get any
That was
rating.
tough.
I'll explain why in a second.
Didn't really get much for that, but that's okay. Doom Wounds with Night Fae, nice. It's good.
Cosmic
I didn't
Flux,
get any
though.
rating for that. That's so depressing.
So I didn't get any rating. I forgot about this. I didn't get any rating because we're in between seasons right now. So I'm not in season 2 and I'm not in season 3 because we're in this 1 week right now. So I can still earn season 2 rewards, but there's no more rating. I don't get to do any more rating right now. The rating stuff is on pause until next week. So I do have a 17 for this now, and I don't know if that's going to count in next season. I actually have no idea how that works, but I was very confused right here.
Why didn't that count? That should have counted for something.
I was so confused. Maybe you guys can talk about this, though. I don't know if it counts for the next season at all, but let's look at the overall damage here.
We did 10k overall, though. Look at that.
Isn't that cool? 10k overall, guys. I'm really happy with that. 10k overall with, like, just the patch dropping. I haven't gotten any new loot. I haven't got any tier set bonuses. I don't have second legendaries. There's nothing different here. It's just the buffs they gave us. To Lava Lash, spreading Flame Shock, to the damage of some of our conduits, right? There's the Focus Lightning conduit got buffed like a lot. Like, it's just, we just got so many buffs right out of the gates, and we're just pumping out damage. So 10k overall I was very happy with. You can see Flame Shock and Lava Lash are at the very top, of course, because I'm running Lashing Flames. And then Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt almost doing 10% of our damage because of all the cleave that it gets from Primordial Wave. So that was really, really cool to see. Lightning Bolt was just doing so much. I think I scrolled down to it for a second
Cool.
here.
Very, very cool. Immediate buffs already.
I think I cast Lightning Bolt like 110 times or something, and it goes off 222 times or something. We'll look at it in a second here. If my past self could get his act together.
That's super cool, actually. Yeah.
Did I not? I look at it. I think I look at it here. Pretty sure. Hold on, guys. Just hold on. It's gonna happen. Maybe. Did I click it again?
It's not big. Okay. I'm gonna make a video actually right now. I should just do
I looked at it later. That's fine. Anyway, it was something like 110 times I cast Lightning Bolt, and it actually went off 200 and some odd times because of the Primordial Wave cleaving, right? So, very cool overall. We did 10k overall in a dungeon. Obviously, it didn't go very well. We didn't have a super good team. We had a warrior who got butthurt and left because he just did. I'm not going to say all warriors do that because they don't, but, like, he was just an idiot. But the point is, Enhancement Shaman is in an extremely good place in 9.2. Primal Lava Actuators, I think, is in an amazing place. Necrolord is a ton of fun to play. There's also really good defensive components to it with Fleshcraft. So check this out on the new patch, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what you think on the Discord. And I'm going to keep making videos as we move into 9.2. I'm going to cover some Zereth Mortis stuff that I've discovered that's kind of cool. And I'm also going to be doing some more dungeons because we're just going to keep seeing stuff like this. Like, I can't wait to just see how much damage we can pump out. So thanks, you guys, so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.